Excellence. What is excellence? And what is an excellent wife? Today we are going to dive deep into this topic. Today I begin a new video series called The Excellent Wife, and it comes straight from the Bible, from Proverbs 31:10. An excellent wife, who can find? She is far more precious than jewels. I know we've heard lots of different teachings and things about the Proverbs 31 woman, but this is going to be a little bit different because I feel led to be able to share from my journey and my marriage and everything that I've been through and be able to impart some wisdom from that. All of these things I'm going to be sharing with you in this series are practical things that you can be able to listen to, hear, and take and use in your regular life because there are wonderful teachings out there. But I want to be able to help you be able to be a better version of yourself and see that you can be a more excellent wife and a more excellent homemaker and more excellent mother through it all. So when I first started my blog, Little Pink Casa, before I even started this channel, I'd actually share biblical encouragement on Wednesday, and I called it Women in the Word Wednesday. And I've been sharing a lot of more of this inspiration on my Instagram lately. And a lot of you have been reaching out to me and telling me how much you really enjoy those. So I just wanted to be able to kind of bring this back because I know it's something that's needed in society today, and we need more encouragement as wives, especially as the world is getting more troubling and things are becoming a little more crazy. I wanted to be able to come and sit with you and have a little chat and be able to impart in you some wonderful wisdom. For now, I will be posting one video a month on a Wednesday and trying to keep that tradition of the Women in the Word Wednesday. And those of you that are interested in that, you can look forward to those videos. Another thing is, a lot of the things I'm going to share are definitely not popular. I know that I'm going to have a lot of different opinions, and I am going to leave comments available on this video because I'm very excited I have YouTube comments back on my channel. And I don't want to take away your voice because I believe that sharing what we believe and is a very good thing to have. However, I know that I'm going to be bold in what I believe and what I think, and I'm going to proclaim that from the rooftops because I know that these things are so needed right now in the world today. And it's just about being able to be true to ourselves, really, having a heart that is surrendered before the Lord. So let's dive into this wonderful topic. I'd like to start off first with the definition of excellence. What does excellence mean? And according to the dictionary, excellence is the quality of being outstanding or extremely good. So in every video, I'm going to talk about a different topic, and today I'm going to talk about how an excellent wife has a servant's heart. A wife of excellence is to be a servant. So when I first got married, I was only 22 years old. I was a young bride. I was unsure what the future was going to hold. I was hopeful, I was in love, and all of the good things that come along with that. And now it's already been 23 years that I just celebrated my marriage anniversary. As wives, we can tend to feel that we need to do everything for everybody. Some of us have a perfectionist attitude. Maybe we even feel entitled for certain things in our marriage or in our life or our home. A lot of disappointments can happen when we're married. A lot of things that we didn't see for coming in the future can happen. And I know that all of those things have a lot of impact on how we act as a wife and how we deal with our husband. But when we have a servant's heart, it's exactly what Jesus told us to do, not just to even have it with our husband, but it's actually something we're supposed to have with everyone. A servant's heart is a heart that is surrendered to Jesus, and also a heart that is surrendered to the call of whatever God says to do. So as a wife, we are called as a wife to serve and help our husbands. We are the helpmate for our husbands, according to what the Bible says. I am not saying that we are a slave to our husbands. That is totally different than a servant. But a servant's heart is giving. And also, a servant's heart does more for the other person. A servant's heart puts other people first before ourselves. Now, I know this is not popular. This is actually contrary to what the world says. The world says that we are to think of ourselves first, and then we do whatever else with others around us, or a family, or whatever. But that is not true. That is not what God's word says. And in order to have God's love and have the best for our spouse, for our marriage, for our loved ones, for our family, our children, we have to be a servant, and we have to have that servant's heart. So what are some things that we can say that look like that? When I was a young mom, I had just had my daughter, and I can go back even right now. It's so vivid in my memory. But it was a very hard labor, and I had to have an emergency C-section. We got to a dangerous situation where I could have lost my life, and my daughter could have lost her life too. So there was a lot of unexpected things that I wasn't really prepared for, but in order to have our baby healthy, we had to do that. And when I came out of the hospital and came home, I just remember feeling so wiped out. I still had not recuperated from being in the hospital, or even from going through all the trauma that I had been through. And here I was now having to take care of my daughter, and my husband had to go back to work, and I was all by myself. And I just remember one morning waking up and hearing her crying, and I ran to her, and it was time to feed her because I was breastfeeding her. And I just sat there, and I remember just thinking, I'm so tired. I just want to go to sleep. I just want to go back to bed, but I knew I couldn't. I knew I had to put her before myself. And I remember walking to the kitchen that morning and just wanting to cry my eyes out. I just was bawling my eyes out by the time I walked to the sink, looked out the window, and I just realized, I can't do this. I just felt so overwhelmed. But then I remembered that I love my daughter so much that I want to be able to help her. Of course I have to take care of her. I can't do anything else. And at that moment, I realized the difference between going from just a married wife to being a married wife with a child. Because when you have children, of course, you are not as selfish anymore. You have to think about the needs of your child first. But all that time, it was just my husband and I could be a little bit more selfish about things when it came to just me and my husband. Going back to that time, I just remember really neglecting myself and thinking I should take care of myself, but I can't because I have to take care of my daughter. I'm tired. I haven't even brushed my teeth this morning. I haven't got ready. And that was in the first few months, because that's just how it was. It was pretty rough for me as a new mom. But as I got used to it, it got easier, right? And I just remember having a surrendered heart, having a servant's heart for my daughter. It takes a surrendered heart to be able to put others before ourselves. And we may not want to, but in the long run, it's going to benefit us. At this moment, I want to welcome you to my channel if you are new. My name is Rosenda Valenzuela, and I love to post videos about feminine style, romantic home, and other things like this one we're talking about today. So if any of that sounds great to you, I would invite you to subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. I added a few things in my notes that I wanted to go over to kind of help us understand how to have a servant's heart. Okay, so what does that mean? How do I do that? And number one is to pray. First of all, we have to pray. We have to ask the Lord to give us a servant's heart. And I'm going to warn you, because when you do that, God will give you all sorts of situations where you will find yourself deciding at a crossroad. Do I have a servant's heart in this situation, or do I choose to be more selfish? And because this is something about becoming better, as far as not just striving for being better or making ourselves look good in front of people, or saying that we have the perfect marriage, because there's no such thing as a perfect marriage. This is about the Lord seeing into our heart and knowing that we please Him. that our hearts are clean before Him, and that our intentions and our motives are right. They are right before Him, and that they are what His heart is. So it does start with your home, in the home, and with your husband and your children, if you do have children. So for example, one thing we love to do as a family, or me and my husband, whether we do it together or with my daughter, we love to have movie night, and sometimes we'll just put on a movie that we find on PureFlix, or right now we've been watching the Christie series, which we absolutely love. That's such a good series. It's from the 90s, and we're watching that right now off of YouTube. And a lot of times my husband will say, hey, you guys pick what you want to watch. But I thought about it one night and I said, you know, my husband always does that. He's always asking us, what do we want to see and what do we want to watch? But I decided, you know, in order to have a servant's heart, why don't I ask him what he would like to watch? And so that is one example, even in simple things like that. Just what do you want to eat? You know, maybe as moms, we always think that, you know, we got to plan everything out. We have to make sure everything is perfect. And what about what our kids want? Or maybe what our husband would like to eat? Have we ever thought, I'm going to ask my husband what he would like to have this week, or what are some things my children want to eat? Maybe their favorite desserts or some favorite meal that they haven't had in a while. And maybe including our family in the process of our homemaking too. And I know this is the Excellent Wife series, but how can I separate being a wife from a mother and the whole home? Because it all kind of goes along with everything. Also, when we have a servant's heart and we want to serve, we want to be able to have a heart like Jesus towards our husband, our children see that. Our children see that we are being like that with our husband, and they see that we have a caring heart. Because you might think that I'm trying to say that we have to just do everything our husband says, or we have to be like submissive in a slave type of way. And that's not at all what I'm saying. You know that when Jesus gave his life and his love for us, like God's love is so immense. We don't deserve any of that, really. But yet Jesus said that he came to serve and not be served. So when we start thinking like that, where we feel that we're just doing these things because either we have to, or because someone told us to, or we're just trying to, you know, feel like we're being a submissive wife, that's not at all the reason. The reason goes back to Jesus. He said to be a servant to others. I hope this video gave you some encouragement and helped you in some way. Comment down below and let me know how you like this video, and also what are some ways or some other topics that you'd like me to talk about during our Excellent Wife series. Again, thank you for watching my video today, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.